Well, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the LinkedIn Live session. I am Mike Ettling, I'm the CEO of Unit 4, and thank you for joining us and listening to the Experience Connection, turning a customer-centric mindset into a transformational experience for customers. And most importantly, welcome to Michelle MacCarthy, who joined Unit 4 in the last few weeks as our Global Head of Customer Success. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you, Mike. I'm excited to be here today. I've been so impressed by the team and the company to date, so looking forward to chatting more.
So to all of our audience out there, I know you're based in Chicago, Michelle. I'm based in South Florida. I'd love to know where everyone is out and where everyone is in the world listening to this broadcast. So share that with us through the comments and the chat box. Just send us where you're located. It'll be great to see how far we span the globe. Let's talk a little bit about customer experience. Unit 4 started 40 years ago. In fact, we had our 40th birthday fairly recently in September, and we started life as a on-premise software company. And there's been a tremendous transformation as we're moving to the cloud. We're investing heavily in a new customer care ecosystem. We've hired you to build and scale our customer success function. I know you are really, really passionate as a customer success leader, and you have a great deal of experience in both the retail and the technology industries. So can you tell your audience, having come from that, why did you join Unit 4? What made you come to us, and what is attracting you to take on this journey at Unit 4?
Yeah, absolutely. I chose to work for Unit 4 because it stood out right away to me, the tremendous commitment and investment that the company was putting into the customer journey and the customer experience mindset, ultimately working to drive customer satisfaction and successful outcomes for them. So, I was excited for the opportunity also to build out and scale the customer success practice. It's a challenge I'm excited to take on. Customer success to me has always been driven by how customers experience the company, right? How they experience Unit 4 from their first day working with us. It's ensuring that customers are onboarded and implemented and adopting our solutions properly so that they can receive value from what we're doing with them to drive their business forward. When I think back on my time being on the customer side, what really jumps to mind to me and what sticks out, again, top of mind is really those companies I've worked with where their customer success practitioners were really an extension of our team, understanding our business, understanding our goals and objectives, and really helping us to solve for any pain points that we were experiencing and helping solution alongside of us. Unit 4 gives the opportunity for myself and the rest of the team here to work across a large cross-section of industries and customers. That customer experience is really vital to their ultimate growth and satisfaction. Customers expect an exceptional experience when they're working with us. And when they partner with us at Unit 4, my goal is to make them successful, more successful than they ever dreamed possible.
That's awesome, Michelle. So just looking at the range of people we've got, I think we span the entire globe. I've seen people in the Nordics, I've seen people as far south as Cape Town, as west as San Francisco. Let's see how far east we go with some of the names coming up at the moment. But, let's talk a little bit about customer success and organizational culture. I'm a big believer in the philosophy, stole it unashamedly from Richard Branson. Look after your employees and they'll look after your customers. Create a great employee culture, create a great environment for people to work in, and they'll take care of your customers. So talk to us a little bit about how you see culture and customer success, and then what are you going to do in your first 100 days?
Yeah. Culture is incredibly important, right? As an employee of a company and as the customers that, that are working with that company, our people first culture showcases our commitment there. Our partnership with our customers really centers on understanding their business, their challenges, and supporting them all along their journey. one of my key focus areas, and there are many, in my first 100 days, Mike, but is expanding the customer success practice and team, making sure that we have the right talent in place that really understands our industry, the landscape, our customer verticals, and what our customers are ultimately trying to achieve. People that are passionate and have been successful in the past driving outcomes for their customers. Another key focus area is voice of the customer and really bringing back that consistent feedback loop from the field into our organization and then setting those expectations with customers. And one of the ways that we gauge that is through our Net Promoter Score survey, getting information from our customers and being able to set the proper expectations, follow up with customers, where things are going well to be references and advocates for our business, but also where there's things that we need to improve upon, really being able to work with them to get well and to have a plan in place in order to action those areas. And we take the Net Promoter Score so seriously at Unit 4 that it is all even tied into the way that we look at our overall employee performance. The other thing that I would mention that's another key area, so expanding the team, making sure that we have a good understanding of voice of the customer, but then also making sure that we're utilizing world-class tools in order to scale our practice. And one of the industry-leading technologies that we've brought into the organization is Gainsight. And in my past experience, I've worked with Gainsight not once, but twice before, and it has been vital to being able to scale the organization and practice. It allows us key insights into the activity that the customer success team is making. It allows broad visibility into the rest of the organization on that activity tracking. And it also allows us to have a real-time pulse point on the health of our customers so that we can mitigate risks, so that we can have a better understanding of their usage data, their adoption of the products. We can make sure that they're expanding within the portfolio that they have today. And ultimately, we can make sure that we're tracking the key milestones to their outcomes and success.
So Michelle, just tracking this is great. It's like going on a round the world trip, which is sorely needed after the last 6 months. And I think I can see we've gone as far east as Bangalore, India. And a couple of folk from Bangalore, India. So welcome everyone who's joined from Bangalore. Gainsight absolutely resonates with me. Know Nick Mehta, the CEO, really well. I think he is the guru, I would say, of customer success in the industry. And for everyone out there, Nick and I are chatting on his LinkedIn Live series on Thursday this week, talking about leadership, and I'm absolutely looking forward to that. He's truly a partner for businesses who really focused on customer success. So Nick, if you're out there, absolutely looking forward to chatting on Thursday. As we turn to talk a little bit about customer communities and the importance of community, just want to remind everyone, if you have questions, put them out in the chat, and we will have time towards the end for Michelle to answer some questions. But let's turn to community. I always use this analogy that in the bad old days of on-premise software, customers would get together and band together and create user groups, almost like a trade union, to beat up the software vendor about what needs to go in the product and to get a voice, almost to be heard. It was almost like vendors were not listening, and you needed to create these user groups. And then the cloud world came along, and everyone is focused on actually creating community. It was very interesting for me that in the cloud world, as I got involved in cloud software companies, you didn't find a lot of user groups because the communities the vendors created were really powerful and strong. And the communities naturally had a voice in what needs to be created and what needs to be put in the product. So we created our community for you, for Unit 4. It's almost a year old. We launched it on the 1st of December, 2019. It's essentially a platform where customers can go to and interact, share ideas, help each other, put forward ideas for our product where people can vote on it. And it's really active. It's been absolutely gratifying to see how our community has rallied into it, and our customers have rallied around the community and are using it in the way we hope. And that gives us a lot of insight into what our customers want and where we need to go as a company. So I'm quite intrigued, given your customer success experience, how important these communities are and how do you see them differentiating the customer experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the community really provides the ability for us to support our customers on-prem or in the cloud at scale. In my experience, it's been a great breeding ground, as you've said, around ideation, right? Sharing of best practices, being able to champion each other based on the different problems that customers are trying to solve for within their unique industries and verticals. Investing in our customer community has really provided our customers with more information on products that they're utilizing, any new news that we have around features or releases. And again, eventually online training as well, right, and enablement. So the goal with our community, just like anything that we do here at Unit 4, is to make it easier for customers in order to engage with us and to continue along their journey to successful outcomes.
So just watching again where people are, just saw somebody from Casablanca, Morocco pop up. And, I guess we've got Africa covered from Cape Town to Casablanca on the broadcast, which is super cool given I'm originally from Cape Town. So, people out there might be saying, so what? Isn't this just common sense? Isn't this what we should be doing with customers anyway? So if I'm a customer of Unit 4 and I've been here for 15 years or 12 years, and we have some customers we've had for 30 years at Unit 4, what's going to be different? Why does it matter? What's going to be different for me?
Yeah, I think what matters is, again, we talked a little bit about this at the beginning, and the reason why I chose Unit 4, it's the investment, it's the commitment to the customer experience and that customer mindset. And I think while it may be a no-brainer for a lot of companies to invest in customer success, I think that it is absolutely something that has to be felt across the organization. It's not just a department, right? It's a mindset. And when everybody understands the role that they play in that, I think that's really when you've cracked the code. What I think will be felt differently is that everyone within the organization will understand the role that they play. They will deeply understand the customer's goals and objectives. What is it that they're trying to achieve? Why is it important to their business? How can we help with the product set that they've chosen, the industry that they're in, and make sure that we're measuring the success. We also will have a better understanding of customer health and adoption. Where are they really utilizing the tool? What does that usage look like? How can we really make sure that we're amplifying the way that they're utilizing the tool to drive that adoption? And then, I know we're hearing a little bit of an echo there. The team is a team that's also on the offense, right? Proactively bringing the new news and best practices and thought leadership to the table for our customers, and understanding their key areas of growth, so that as we're working with them, we can continue to expand and amplify the outcomes that they're experiencing with us already today. And last but certainly not least, really driving toward an end-to-end best-in-class customer journey. From the time that they sign on the dotted line to the time that they're realizing value. We want to make sure that we're driving meaningful outcomes for their business as an extension of their team. And I think that they will feel that across the entire organization going forward.
So Michelle, I have one more thought about this, and it just came up as we were thinking, and a reminder to everyone out there, if you do have questions, please post them in the chat and we'll gladly take them and address them. But, as you think about this, software was originally bought in a very feature function kind of mindset. And you remember the great old RFPs listing feature upon feature, and you had to say yes or no, you do it. In the cloud world, customers are really buying they're buying into an innovation journey. So they're buying into a product, knowing that product's going to have massive innovation frequently and rapidly, which they're going to be able to consume. And the days of we buy something, we deploy it, and 5 years later we wake up and think about it are gone. So as companies are going into this, what are you seeing in terms of procurement processes? Because if I'm a customer, I would want a major part of my procurement process to be around evaluating the vendor's customer success methodologies and approach and philosophy. What do you see now in our customers looking at customer success as a procurement requirement?
Yeah, I think absolutely that the customer success practice and team, again, being an extension and knowing that they are there to help them from the time that they sign on to making sure that they're onboarded and implemented properly and understanding how that team goes to market. If I'm a customer, I want to better understand that. At the same time, having it be simplified and easy to work with, right? Because customers don't necessarily need to understand all of our inner workings and processes, but they do need to know that when they sign on with us, that we're going to be able to help them achieve the goals that they've set out during the sales process.
Yeah. So quick questions come up around what is the size of our customer success managers and team? And, I think this is something which varies quite differently from environment to environment, and talk a little bit about customer segmentation models and how you build the customer success team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we've looked today at Unit 4 at, really having that kind of that the human touch, right? And then there's kind of the part that will scale within our communities and Gainsight. And I think as you set up the team and organization, you look at kind of a high, mid, and digital. And even, as we continue to expand a dynamic touch, right, with some customers that are needing, more engagement early on in the process, but may need less later on. So, as we look to continue to scale, those are some of the different types of options that we're looking at in terms of our go-to-market strategy.
Well, Michelle, it's been really great to have you partake in this. It's been fantastic to see the range of people we've had from all over the world listening into this. Many of our customers, so to all of my customers out there, thank you very much for your trust and for being our customer. I'd like to end off with this thought for everyone that in the days of on-premise software, the journey was considered over when you went live, and the project was considered done. In the days of cloud software, the journey starts when you go live, and it's an exciting journey of innovation. And when you're on that journey and there's so much innovation and so many exciting things happen, you need the best chaperones in the world to help you be successful. And that's what you are, Michelle. Thanks for joining us. Thanks everyone for listening. Have a great day, everyone, and a great evening. Take care.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks, everyone.